What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day so far. So today, yes, we're going to talk about 5 different ways on how I position my bongos, either playing them by themselves or when I add it to a setup. Y'all already know what day it is. It's Tutorial Thursdays. So to all the new subscribers, welcome to Percussion Life. My name is Eric Perez. Some of you already know that by now, but just had to welcome you to the channel. And I do hope they enjoy these videos. And if you haven't subscribed already, just hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, find out whenever I upload. And yes, I normally upload every Monday and every Thursday, and it's normally things that you request. And to all my day ones, man, thank you so much for all the love, all the support, all the comments, man, subscribing and telling other people to subscribe and share and do all that good stuff, man. Seriously, it's because of you guys this channel just continues to grow, and it just surprises me. Seriously, it seriously surprises me when I see people on the street like, hey yo, you be doing this. Yeah, I think that's me. But yeah, you just gotta love it. So I get a lot of questions on how I position my bongos, either when I'm just playing them exclusively or when I'm adding them to a set. They just like to see different ideas and get different inputs on how I set up or how I play. So I just want to talk about 5 ways that I've played in the past or have played currently when I include bongos or I play bongos exclusively. So yeah, some of them you probably seen many times before, and some of them you may just be like, well, wait a minute, what just happened right there? But yeah, let's just let me show you. So the first obviously is how I position them when I just play bongos exclusively. Now this is very common and a traditional way to play when you're playing the bongos sitting down and you're gonna play between your legs. Now a lot of people set up this way, and what they do is they'll grasp the leg more like in an angle, so not playing directly like this, but actually playing it kind of like that in between their legs. And what they do is they actually use this part of the bongo to rest their leg. And what they do is this outside part, the crown part, the rim part, is actually kind of coming out and hitting your knee area. But yeah, let me actually show you how that looks like and then play a little bit so you can hear the sound it makes when I actually play in this position. So if you see, it's right here, the crown's kind of popping out, and it kind of allows me to rest my leg a little bit. Doesn't bother, doesn't hurt, and I'm actually pretty comfortable. And this is kind of like the sound you're gonna get. So for the second way I set up, especially when I'm playing bongos exclusively and I'm playing sit down with, in between my legs, I'm kind of doing the same thing, except this part right here, I'm actually going to tuck it under my leg, so under that knee part. So it's not going to be popping out like in the previous position. I'm actually going to do it a little bit under, and what that does, it gives me a little bit more leverage to get a fatter sound because I'm going to use my leg. I'm actually going to use my leg, and when my left hand or my weaker hand, my non-dominant hand, does a strike, it actually gives it a fatter sound, I would say. But yeah, let me show you this positioning and compare the both, and you're not only going to see the difference in my hand positioning and the positioning of the bongos, but you're going to hear a difference in the sound, and it's kind of drastic. It's pretty impressive. But yeah, let me show you. So if you see, the positioning is kind of similar, but this is not popping out as much. It's actually tucked under my leg, and what's going to end up happening is I'm going to use my leg as leverage when I hit. So the difference between this is it's a little bit more popped out versus this, it's a little bit more tucked in. So because it's a little bit more tucked in, I'm going to be able to use my leg to kind of hit. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, let me show you the difference in sound. So I'm gonna be taking it in and out as I demo this sound. The craziness just by that simple change and putting it a little bit tucked under your leg, you get such a drastic different change in sound. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, the third way I've positioned my bongos before, especially when adding them to a set, and this happens to me a lot because sometimes I will forget my bongo stand and things happen. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, you forget your bongo stand, and what you're gonna do? If you're gonna be hired as a multi-percussionist, guess what? You're gonna have to figure out a way to play the bongos and the congas at the same time. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to position yourself to make it somewhat comfortable and at the same time be able to emulate both parts of the conga and the bongo regardless of the genre that you're playing. So in this case, I'm using either one of the positions from the first two that I showed, but I have the congas in front of me and I'm having my tumba to my dominant side and then my conga to my non-dominant side. And it's not in a way that I'm positioning the congas how I would normally position them, which is kind of to an angle. In this sense, I'm actually having it just as a straight line right in front of me. Just makes it a lot easier to reach since I'm going to be moving back and forth from this top area to then the bottom area because I'm going to be having the bongos in between my legs. So to kind of show you guys how that may look like, it's going to sound like this. The craziness, but you gotta love it. Now, for the fourth way I set up my bongos, especially if I'm adding it to a set, it's kind of like the most common one. People do this a lot. They'll just have their two congas or whatever amount of congas they're using and then putting the bongos right in front of their set. It makes it a lot easier for them to navigate. It's a lot easier to reach. And because it's tilted a little bit towards me, I'm able to get some of the tones a lot easier as well. So yeah, this is kind of the setup you'll see a lot more when people are using multi-percussion sets or playing bongos and congas at the same time. But yeah, let me show you how I would normally play a set like this. gotta love it. That was kind of crazy. Now the fifth way I normally like to set up, especially when I'm adding bongos to my set, it's very strange. It's kind of Armando Peraza-ish, you know, kind of, where the bongos a little bit more extended, a little bit farther from where I am at. It's just depending on the gig and depending on the kind of like the space I have as well and what else I'm bringing to the gig. I would actually set up this way, knowing that I'm just probably gonna use this for like accenting or soloing, not really adding to, you know, the pattern that I'm playing on, but it's more like just to add some flair, a little bit more spice to whatever I'm doing. So yeah, it's kind of different. As you guys like to know, I really like to work out my non-dominant hand, so being it on my non-dominant side just makes me a little bit more comfortable and challenges me at the same time, especially when I need to get my dominant hand back to my non-dominant side. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, let me show you how this turns out. Oh yeah. Yeah, kind of different, but hey, you gotta love it. Again, there's 5 different ways I like to set up my bongos. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different comfort zone, especially when you're gonna start adding to your set. But yeah, you guys let me know how you guys like to set up. I would love to see it. Trust me, it's a passion to see different styles and different ways of doing things, man. It's what I love to do. I love to learn and observe. Gotta love it. Alright, y'all, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great weekend.